Today, I'm in the old town of Songkhla City, the capital of the Songkhla region in Thailand. Let's explore this historical city together, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting Hustmeister adventures.
Welcome to Songkhla City. Despite being smaller than Hat Yai, this is the capital of the Songkhla region. It took me about 45 minutes to get here via grab taxi from Hat Yai. And despite the fact that it's 45 minutes, it doesn't mean that it's far. It just means that the roads aren't big highways or freeways as we call them in Australia, and it's a little bit difficult to get to. And then there's also a series of back streets and smaller roads that we took in order to get here. It cost me about $14 Australian to get here, which is not a bad price to pay considering you're in a cab or a grab taxi for 45 minutes. It's hot, that goes without saying. And basically today what I'm going to do is I'm going to explore this historical area and try and get down to some nitty-gritty facts about what's been happening in this area. And at the same time, there's a great lake here as well, which I'll show you shortly, that plays a big and important role in Thailand, as it is the biggest lake in Thailand. No other lakes come near. Let's explore Songkhla City.
On my way to the Songkhla Lake, I come across the old town's famous street art. It keeps the storytelling culture alive, and it is attractive to all of the tourists that visit. Just as attractive is the Songkhla Lake, the biggest lake in Thailand.
Sawadee Krap. This is it. This is Thailand's largest lake, the Songkhla Lake. Have a look behind me, look how big it is. Apparently, the widest part of the mouth of the river is about 20 to 25 kilometers wide. That's massive. So this lake is a mix between three types of water. Get this for a statistic. 1, fresh water. 2, brackish water, which is a mix between fresh and salt, but a little bit less salty. And 3, obviously salt water. And depending at which time of the year you turn up here, the water's different. So in the wet season, it's more fresh water. In the dry season, the water flows in from the Gulf of Thailand and it fills up with salty water. How's that for a stat? The largest lake in Thailand, right here in Songkhla. It's pretty choppy out there. It's also very breezy here as we speak. I was going to do a tour, but there's a little boat service that is not formal in my opinion, and I kind of, strayed away from doing it. They wanted to take me out there. They had no life jackets. I just made the call at the last minute and said no. They wanted 200 baht to take me out there, but I don't know. I just couldn't risk it. It's a bit choppy, and it was one of those long tail boats, but a really small one. And as you know, I've had a bad experience with long tail boats, so I didn't do it. I made the call. But in saying that, here I am, and we've got the beautiful lake behind me. The length of the lake is about 80 kilometers, and at the widest point, it's about 20 to 25 kilometers wide apart. It's pretty big. Seriously, it feels like a sea here. And there's a lot of these trawlers. If you just look on this side, and if we look behind me, that go out and do a lot of fishing here. And I'm not sure if that's one of the islands, because it could just be wrapping around, could be the landmass just wrapping around, but there's a lot of trawlers on that side as well, and I'd say a lot of them are out there fishing, and then they probably go out into the Gulf of Thailand and do their fishing and come back in here. It's a nice spot. It's very breezy, but I'd say there'll be a lot of fish in here and as you go out to the Gulf. Songkhla, this is it. If you want to see Thailand's largest lake, you got to come down south. Very close to Hat Yai. About a half an hour drive from Hat Yai. Greetings from Songkhla, the historic old town, formerly known as Singora. So this town used to be the northernmost seat of the Malay Empire once upon a time in the old days, and over time it was captured by the Thai army, or the Siamese, I think they were known in those days, and then it became part of the greater kingdom of Thailand, or the Siamese Empire. Over time it was also invaded by the Japanese in 1941, so it's had a bit of a turbulent history, although today it's fine. It's part of like Greater Hatyai, and it's hot. I'm sweating. I've spent the morning around Songkhla, and it's a historical town, let's say that. There's a lot of shrines and temples, and you probably see behind me there's a Chinese shrine, and the Chinese started migrating here in the 18th century once Songkhla was in the hands of the Siamese, or the Thais. So there's a big Chinese presence here, although they're probably just Thai today, but obviously proud of their ancestral roots. And there's also Malays here as well, which are obviously part of Thailand now, so they're Thais as well, Thai Muslims. Great part of town. I'm in the historical centre now, and you realise the buildings here in the historical centre are a little bit older. And the ironic thing is, this whole Art Deco thing is going on even in the old town. There's a lot of Art Deco buildings, and I like it actually. I haven't seen these Art Deco buildings since Bandung. It is quiet, it's during the day, so there's not too many tourists. You can tell who the tourists are. But to tell you the truth, I think I'm the only Westerner in town. I can't see anybody else that's a Westerner. That could be a good thing. It's not, look, Hatyai and Songkhla, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't think it's really a key destination for Westerners. Don't think they come down here. I went out last night to the Florida market, and I didn't see not one Westerner, either there or either on the way as well. So I think people from the west go as south as Krabi. After that, they're probably not interested. From here, they probably go to Langkawi. That's as probably close as they can get. But this is it. This is the centre. This is the historical centre here. We've got the tourist information centre behind me, which I'll pop in as well, and I'll make sure that I've got everything. We've got some traditional homes, and this is known to be the historical centre of Songkhla.
Songkhla Old Town is a great day trip destination that takes you away from the hustle and bustle of places like Hatyai. I'd recommend making Songkhla Old Town part of your itinerary to understand the history of the region, and of course, enjoy the great food and the sights of the Great Lake. Please share and like this video. Let's get it out to as many people as we can out there, and do subscribe to my channel for more great Husmeister adventures in Thailand. Until next time, a big adios from yours truly, the Husmeister.